Hey, welcome to the 10-Minute Daily Reality Check. Have we got a show for you? Obi, my buddy, one of my tightest bros, dudes, is sitting with me in the house literally right now. And we are going to talk about the mystical language called chick language, okay? It's a language that a lot of men don't understand. For you women listeners, please listen, because I would appreciate the comments down below. So if we miss some of the interpretations, we really need to get them even more clarified, because I don't know about you, Obi, but sometimes, man, I hear chick language, girl language, women language, female language, whatever funny term you want to use. That sometimes I have a conversation with them and I just don't get it. And I think we can start with the panel, right?
Oh man!
All right. So describe the chick panel.
So here's the thing. Sometimes a woman will say something to me, and it won't be based in any kind of real world. It will be something, an idea that she came up with, a story that she's running in her head, and it won't make any real sense. But then this is how she'll validate it. She'll back it up by saying, "Well, I talked to Carrie and I talked to Emily about it, and they both agreed. So because of that, everything that I'm telling you makes sense."
Yes.
Even if you have no idea what she's talking about. You're like, no, that didn't happen, or that's not a real thing. That's not how things work. One time, I'm not sure if we should say things like this on the panel here.
We can change names.
Okay, she told me,
and we can have our alter ego. It may not have been you. It might have been your brother Obenstein.
We were having sex, and or afterwards, she said, I was confirming that she was on the pill. She's like, "Yeah, I'm on the pill, but even if I wasn't on the pill, it wouldn't have mattered, because if I don't want to have a kid, then I'm not going to have a kid." And I was just like, what?
What, she got a direct line to God?
I was like, what? Right? I was like, that's not how it works, right?
Hello, God. Listen, please do not allow this sperm to reach my ovarian tube right now.
But in her universe,
Fallopian tube.
That's how it works. She could just will it out or something. I was like, that's not how biology works. But then she'd be like, I mean, she didn't actually say this, but what would normally happen in this situation was she'd be like, well, I talked to Susan, and Susan, she feels the same way. So clearly.
Well, which is really funny, okay, good, because we, as a man, hold on. As men, I'm not saying that we don't have dude language, right, at all. But it's interesting because there are times in my life, okay, where me, I mean, I'm a really good storyteller. Mm-hmm. I remember details really well.
Yeah.
There are times that I will talk to a woman and she will have a completely different version of the exact same thing that has happened. Not only that, mm-hmm. her friend, you're right, Carrie and Emily, mm-hmm. validated her story. And I'm thinking, like, are you mixing guys up? Because I was there. I'll even take notes sometimes, afterwards, because I just know that this might be a crucial moment in the dude-chick relationship here, right? Mm-hmm. And I'll go through my notes and I'll look through and I'll be like, and I realize, and I think to myself, no, it didn't happen that way. No. And then there's also something that women do in those situations. They one-worditis. So they will take the one word in that situation that you said in that moment, take that word and turn that entire word into a fable.
Or even a look that you gave them.
Oh, the look!
If you gave them a look.
I hate the look.
And then she's like, well, then you gave me this look, and you basically said, fuck you, I hate you, and I'm never going to be with you ever, and all these things. And you're like, no, I didn't say that. I just looked at you. And then she's like, but that's what it meant. Right? And they'll create a whole story around a thing which isn't necessarily true.
No, and they it's the look, it's the word, it might be the action, mm-hmm. and then all of a sudden it really doesn't matter what happened the previous 3 weeks. It's like almost like it's been erased, right? And they'll go back to that moment 3 weeks ago, right? Because they've been thinking about it and they've been talking to the panel, the girl panel, right? And they finally have decided to have the conversation with us, and we don't even know
what the
conversation's coming. So we think like, okay, we're coming home that night, and we're gonna have a conversation, and we're thinking like, what? We're trying to go back 24 hours because our time machine only goes back about 24 hours, right?
Recent history.
Recent. We can't go back 3 weeks ago. And then all of a sudden we sit down, and you could feel her energy as she walks in. She walks in, it's almost like, there's like ice following her. There's snow coming in. It's in the middle of the summer. And all of a sudden you're like, holy shit, it's really cold in here, man. And then like you sit on the sofa and she'll look at you. And I love when they do this, okay? And it's not that we love women, okay? But, it's funny to make fun of the difference between men and women. They'll look at you and she'll start off with just a word like, so? And you'll be like, so? And then like, so, tell me. And I'm like, okay, I've done the review. I went to the video booth. I spoke to Chris Collinsworth, and we don't remember the last 24 hours of the game. I wasn't holding. I wasn't off sides. I did not use aggressive language, right? So then we as men will look at her and go, yeah, today was a good day at work, right? We'll start talking about our day.
Yeah.
And she'll look, no, like it'll be very terse, no, not that. And I'm like, okay, drawing straws here right now. And then we'll look and we'll say, I have no idea what you want to talk about. And then they'll look at you and, because it's almost like it's rehearsed.
It is rehearsed.
Right? And then she'll go, you have no idea what we need to talk about? No, my time machine only goes back 24 hours, right? And I went back 24 hours and I reviewed everything. And I'm sorry, I did not put the toilet paper roll in the toilet paper thing. She goes, that's not it. And you're drawing straws because you already talked to the dudes, right? And the dudes told you, we did the review and we thought it was the toilet paper, right? And then all of a sudden she goes, 3 weeks ago at that party, you did. And then all of a sudden I'm like, I didn't do that.
Yeah, no, but you did, David.
I didn't.
No, you did.
No.
She had a whole. Where did the story come from if you didn't do it, David?
Like a book, a comic book. About like something that doesn't happen. She concocted it. And then we have to listen to it. Then we have to apologize. And then we know that whatever this story was and whatever we did is going to come back because we're going to do it again because we didn't really do it in the first place. Now, it's not that we're innocent, but I think women, they're so full of emotions 24/7 that instead of confronting us immediately, like if you do something to me immediately, I'll be like, yo, man, why the fuck did you leave the sponge all day long on the counter? That's so nasty. I came home, it was growing hair. What do you live in a zoo? And you'd be like, oh, sorry. All right, what do you want to eat? Yeah. It's over. Yeah. It's over, right? That sponge growing the hair on the sink in Chickville will go to the panel of women. The women will talk about the emotions of the sponge.
What does it mean?
What does it mean? You've told him 4 times not to leave the sponge out. And then one girl will go, aha, I got it. It means he doesn't respect you. You see, we just left the sponge out because we have shiny object syndrome. All of a sudden a text came in. All of a sudden like, oh my God, I want to eat that banana. And we forgot about the sponge, right? And it's so funny. It's such a different world that we both live in. I'm not saying that every woman does this because I've been with some women that haven't.
Okay.
I did. I dated Allison for 6 years. She never did this.
Never?
Never.
That's great.
Like, never.
That's why you stayed with her for 6 years.
Of course, because I wasn't interrogated for 6 years. I wasn't living with the judge and the jury and then the friend panel.
Well, the friend panel is the jury, but it's not your jury, though.
No,
it's that down south all white jury.
The white jury's fine with me.
Oh yeah,
with you, it's like I feel like I'm with the O.J. Simpson jury, right? It's like I'm done. I'm Mark Furman, man. It's like I'm a racist right now. I'm against all women. Wow, yeah. Once the jury is done, it's over. And then when they quote their friends, and this is another thing too that's really funny, right? They'll quote their friends and go, you'll say something like, well, I just don't think our relationship is at that point, because we haven't known each other long enough or something like that. And then they'll say something like, it doesn't matter the amount of time. And they'll list the statistics. Mary, my friend Mary, who married Jim. They met after 2 months, they were married. They had a kid. They've been together 30 years. Then my friend this, and they did this. And I'm thinking like, I don't know these fucking people.
Yeah, the stats.
The stats. You don't really know what their relationships are about. You only have conversations about it. You don't really know the full-on dynamic about it. And then
they're perfect.
Right. And then they'll pull the celebrity couple in there.
I don't get the celebrity couple as much, but that...
I like the celebrity couple things. I think that's kind of fun.
To me, that would be... I would just blow that one out the water. I wouldn't even listen to that. I'd be like, no.
Unless it's a celebrity couple that's been together 30 years and they've been interviewed 100 times about their relationship. That, I'll pull that out there. Because being a relationship coach, I'll pull that out there and go, Kurt Russell, Goldie Hawn, really fucking cool people, right? Because I've watched their interviews about how they feel about each other. But don't go pulling like, Kanye West and the Kardashians. Just doesn't happen. Anything else you want to add? Because I know this is going to be one of those controversial podcasts that we're going to get a decent amount of emails back about, because I really need some good clarification for you dudes that are listening right now, okay? I want you to throw some more women things in there, and for you women listening right now, I want you to throw some more of your isms in there. Maybe I just said a word that you want to hang on and twist and turn a little bit in here, because, Obi and I were really careful. Because we do love women. Women are our favorite people. We love women. We're just
the best.
So any other final stats? We're over in time, but this is definitely a podcast worthy going over in time for.
I'm just curious because I know that this, could trigger a lot of defense, right, from the ladies out there listening. And I don't want you to be defensive because I think that if you really pay attention, you probably realize that you may do this. So help us here, because all we're saying is, we just want help. We need to understand why this happens and how maybe is there a way that we can all come together and communicate better in the future, because I feel like this is like a problem and the men kind of get blindsided. They don't know what to do. So maybe you can help us out.
Help us. Send an email. Go to the 10-Minute Daily Reality Check. Go to davidwygant.com. You can find Obi there. Send me an email. Send an email to my email for him if you want to talk to Obi. We need help because this is the reality. Men and women don't know how to talk to one another. And we need one another. Besides the great sex, we need each other for emotional connection, love, support, and to really motivate each other to keep this planet an amazing place. We don't need to swipe for one another. We'll talk about that another time. Anyway, 10-Minute Daily Reality Check. Spread it out there. See you tomorrow.